Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk all of this CD Projekt Red news because we just got a bombshell coming from the CD Projekt Red Twitter account. Now, with CDPR, the thing is, they've announced a ton of stuff. When are we gonna play this stuff? It probably is gonna be literally a decade before we get our hands on some of the stuff that they've announced, but they've got their long-term product outlook. Key term there, long term, so like don't be expecting all of this stuff in the next year, the next 2 years, even the next 5 years. This is stuff that is going to really shape the future of CDPR for the next, I would probably say, decade and a half. So let's talk about it. They've got their Witcher outline, their Cyberpunk outline, and their new IP outline. So first of all, Witcher, they've got a ton of titles in development. Project Sirius, an innovative take on the Witcher universe, telling an unforgettable story for existing Witcher fans and new audiences. Current project stage pre-production, developed by the Molossus Flood, supported by CD Projekt Red. Currently 60 plus are involved with the project. This is separate from the new Witcher trilogy, which brings me to Project Polaris, a story-driven open-world RPG built on the legacy of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Current stage is in pre-production, developed by CD Projekt Red. Currently 150 plus people are involved, beginning of a new Witcher trilogy. And here's a key thing about this. All 3 games aim to be delivered within a 6-year period following the Polaris release. So Polaris would come out, let's say 2025, then you would think the follow-up title would be 2028, and then the third title, the conclusion of the trilogy, would be 2031. That would be a 6-year window across all 3 games. Find that incredibly hard to believe because that would be an even more shorter window than the last Witcher trilogy, and games are just getting bigger. We're talking Witcher 1 coming out in 2007, Witcher 2 in 2011, and Witcher 3 in 2015, and these days games just get delayed into oblivion, so like that 6-year window, I would really take with a grain of salt. Lastly, there is Project Canis Majoris, however you want to say it, story-driven single-player open-world RPG set within the Witcher universe, contracted to be developed by a third-party studio and by ex-Witcher veterans. So that is going to be done by a separate studio. So my God, CDPR is completely all-inning on Witcher, and given the success of the Witcher Netflix series, given how popular of a character Geralt is, given how popular of an IP The Witcher is, yeah, I'm not all too surprised by it. I love The Witcher 3, love The Witcher 2. Witcher 1 shows its age, but still a great game. So obviously, like, a lot of you know me as a Witcher nut hugger, so, like, obviously I'm excited for all of this content. When are we gonna get this content? I don't know. Might be after my time on this earth is done, but nonetheless, hopefully we will get to play it before this decade is over, that being Project Polaris, as well as the other titles, which, I'm obviously being a bit hyperbolic and I'm joking a little bit. I'm sure we will be able to play those games in the near, not the near future, but, you know, half decade or so. Let's see. Cyberpunk, moving on to that. Phantom Liberty, we already know this is their big project they are working on currently. This is the major story-driven expansion currently in the final production page, developed by CDPR. 350 plus people are currently involved. This is scheduled to be released in 2023. This is the only major expansion that it looks like Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be getting, and it will be a sizable one at that. However, I don't think it was that big of a stretch that they would be doing a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, and yes, they are in Project Orion, a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel that will prove the full power and potential of the Cyberpunk universe to be developed internally by the CDPR team. This, I would imagine, is going to be a long ways out, because if you look at all the other projects, it says, you know, pre-production, final production, etc., etc. This is something that they're going to finish the expansion, probably put a lot of work towards Witcher, and then some portion of people are going to be working on Orion as well. But again, this is the type of game where I could easily see it being a game that comes out in 2030 or something like that. I really don't think, like, these dates are stretched just because, like, you guys remember when Cyberpunk 2077 was announced with a CG trailer. In this case, we're just getting slides with images. Like, you know, we gotta not push the cart before the horse here, but yeah, I think there's a lot of potential with Cyberpunk as an IP, and I'm not too surprised that they are going to be doing a full-on sequel for it, and given the amount of investment that they put towards it, given the fact that the game at the end of the day was a commercial success, guys, like, I don't care if, like, your boys hit you up and said it was the worst game of all time. That was verbatim a text I got the day Cyberpunk 2077 came out. It's like, bro, Rogue Warrior was a game, bro, like, Cyberpunk 2077, maybe on the PS4 was the worst game of all time, but, like, Rogue Warrior exists, so, like, cool your jets on that one. Was it a disappointing game? Absolutely. I'll concede to that. But, yeah, worst game of all time is a stretch, and I think there's so much potential within the world and the IP. And lastly, they will be expanding with a third IP, Project Hadar, new standalone IP distinct from The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077, developed 100% internally in incubation since late 2021, currently in the conceptual phase by a small strike team. So they're literally like throwing ideas, seeing what they're gonna go with. This is very much in its infancy, and this is the type of game where I would really expect to see this like a decade from now. Like, I don't even think that's a stretch, like maybe a decade and a half. That's what we're talking the time period for a game like this, given that it's very much in its early stages. And yeah, there you go with that. So there's a lot of information rolling out for CDPR. Excited with how much investment they are putting towards The Witcher. I'm excited that they're gonna do a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Phantom Liberty hopefully turns out well, and we'll see about the new IP. I imagine we won't hear about that for a long time, but that's gonna do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.